In the heart of Whispering Woods, where sunlight dripped through emerald leaves, lay Everbloom Glade. This wasn't your ordinary forest. Here, houses were carved from giant sunflowers, mushrooms sprouted beds of soft moss, and the air hummed with the whispers of 1,000 fairies. But the most fantastical residents of Everbloom Glade were the dragons. These weren't the fire-breathing beasts of legend. These dragons shimmered with iridescent scales, their wings whispered secrets on the wind, and their roars were more like gentle rumbles. They were the Everblooms, protectors of the glade and friends to the fairies. Among the fairies lived Flora, a young fairy with wings the color of a forget-me-not. Unlike other fairies who spent their days collecting dewdrops and tending to the moonflowers, Flora yearned for adventure. She dreamt of soaring beyond the Whispering Woods and exploring the wonders beyond. One day, while chasing a mischievous pixie named Pip, Flora stumbled upon a hidden clearing. In its center, a magnificent Everbloom dragon, his scales the color of twilight, lay curled around a shimmering crystal. This was Ignis, the wisest and oldest of the Everblooms. "Greetings, little one," Ignis rumbled, his voice like distant thunder. Startled but not scared, Flora introduced herself. Curious, she asked about the crystal. "It holds the essence of Everbloom magic," Ignis explained. "But its power is fading. The Whispering Woods are losing their magic. Flowers are wilting, the fairies' light is dimming, and the wind carries whispers of a strange darkness." Flora knew she had to help. "Can't we use the crystal's magic to heal the glade?" she asked. Ignis sighed, a sound like rustling leaves. "The crystal is corrupted. It needs a pure heart and a courageous spirit to cleanse it." Flora volunteered without hesitation. With Pip, her ever-faithful companion, she embarked on a dangerous quest. They flew through shimmering cloud tunnels, navigated through fields of singing mushrooms, and even outsmarted a grumpy troll guarding a bridge of sparkling gems. Finally, they reached a cave shrouded in shadows. Inside, a shadowy creature fed on the glade's stolen magic. Flora, her heart pounding, used a trick Pip had taught her, a mesmerizing fairy song that made flowers bloom even in the darkest corners. Distracted by the blooming flowers, the creature weakened, allowing Flora to touch the crystal to its heart. Light erupted from the crystal, banishing the shadows and purifying the corrupted magic. The whispers outside turned into joyous songs as Everbloom Glade returned to its vibrant life. Flora, the little fairy with a big heart, had saved her world. Ignis, filled with gratitude, gifted her a single shimmering scale, a reminder of her bravery. From that day on, Flora became a legend in Everbloom Glade, forever known as the fairy who saved the Everblooms and the magic of Whispering Woods. And Pip, the mischievous pixie, well, he continued his adventures, but with a newfound respect for the little fairy with wings the color of a forget-me-not. Years bloomed by like fragrant roses in Everbloom Glade. Flora, no longer just a young adventurer, grew into a wise and respected fairy. Her bravery was woven into bedtime stories, and her name was whispered with reverence whenever a particularly vibrant flower bloomed. Yet, a tiny part of her still craved adventure. One moonlit night, while gazing at the stars, a familiar glint caught her eye. It was Pip, a little older now, his mischievous grin softened by a hint of maturity. He held out a small, intricately carved wooden flute. "Remember that song that saved the day?" he asked, a mischievous twinkle in his eyes. Flora smiled, the memory warming her heart. "How could I forget?" she replied. Pip gestured towards the glade bathed in moonlight. "The woods are safe now, but there's a whole world out there, waiting to be explored. Care to join me?" Flora's heart soared, a thrilling mix of excitement and the familiar comfort of friendship. Together they took flight, Pip leading the way with his playful melodies and Flora weaving her magic into the night sky. They soared beyond the Whispering Woods, exploring hidden waterfalls that sang crystal-clear tunes and meadows carpeted with flowers that bloomed in the colors of forgotten dreams. Their adventures never truly ended. Flora, the brave fairy with a thirst for exploration, and Pip, the mischievous pixie with a heart full of music, spent their days discovering the wonders of the world, side by side. Theirs was a bond forged in bravery, laughter, and a shared love for adventure, forever reminding everyone in Everbloom Glade that sometimes, the greatest adventures are best shared with your dearest friend, and the truest happiness lies in a love that grows stronger with every adventure.